trailhead for our little walk today and tomorrow. This is a Rough Butt Bald viewpoint on the parkway. And the Buckeye Gap Trail is right behind me somewhere. Guys, welcome to the Middle Prong Wilderness. Welcome to the Mtns To Sea Trail. What you're seeing is the future of underquilts. You guys know Fire My Bones?
Good day.
This is a project that he's been working on for, I don't know, maybe a year?
Yeah,
Year
6 months or so.
The system is perfected, but it's not been tested by me. It's been tested by Fire My Bones and, of course, WV up in West Virginia. We'll give you a few more details here in a little bit.
Fire My Bones took the measurements over the phone. How tall, how wide I am, and generally how high I hang the foot in versus the head end. And he nailed it. I don't know if you guys can see, I think Pooh's trying to show you on the video that I have a full-length underquilt from feet to the base of my neck at the weight of a 3/4 underquilt. And this is now integral to the hammock. And I would ask you guys a question I've asked before. How many times have you actually hung in a hammock, actually backpacking, cycling, whatever, when you didn't use an underquilt? We're always using an underquilt. And when I looked back over 14 years of hanging, it was always at least a 40-degree underquilt. For me, it was never an issue of being too hot and needing to vent. I think Fire My Bones, you've nailed it, man.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for engaging the project. As much as I was excited about the hammock sock and decreasing the complexity, this is one more big thing. I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't have to put the underquilt on. I don't have to dial it in. I don't have to take it off. Now, you guys out there on the forum may be curious about the subtleties in the construction, but that's something you'd have to ask Fire My Bones about. We can't give all the secrets away. But I will tell you this, there's some brilliance directly and immediately under me, and which saved a lot of weight. And this is a double layer traveler that this was based on. So I still have that double layer where I could trap a closed cell phone pad. So right now it's probably 40 degrees rating, and that's with Fire My Bones actually building a 35-degree rated underquilt, knowing that I'm a cold sleeper.
Right.
So I can throw in a closed cell phone pad, very thin, and get 10 to 15 more degrees. So another, in my opinion, huge advancement in the sport of hammocking.
So, verdict?
I'll tell you in the morning.
Okay.
Pre-verdict is, I'm impressed. Yeah, and this is differentially cut in 3 directions.
Yes.
So there's no way I can get a cold spot. I can't make the inner touch the outer. We use waterproof down, which is just another positive for many reasons already discussed. So, yeah, I'm actually elated. This is up there with the sock. And so yeah, if I could get Fire My Bones' brain, WV's brain, Neutron's brain, Hanging Out's brain, McIntyre, there's a lot of just great designers out here, but yeah, this one's sweet. And Momentum fabric, which just another positive. But you know, I'm in the sock, so it's not as big of a deal, but it's still nice to have if I'm not in the sock sometime. So, yeah.
So you gonna get back up?
Eventually. Yeah, we've got a few miles to walk.
This hike starts at 4,400 feet, and it's really nice and cool up here, especially in the canopy. It's pretty hot in town. It's good to be out in the woods. I've seen one of these signs before. The last mile or so has been like Hobbiton, so lush. This area is moist and lush anyway, but with all the rains over the last couple of months, a lot of places can't see the trail. That's what I'm talking about. So this tells me that the Mtns To Sea Trail is not getting enough hikers coming through, and not enough volunteers, which is a shame. In the Southern Highlands, you can tell when you're with some altitude. These beautiful grasses that grow. It's nice framing this birch. Wilderness, you really can't expect good signage. This is probably the best we've seen. Anytime I see bee balm, I think of Weisenberg and our trip in the Citico.
Welcome everyone to the Middle Prong Wilderness. It is a wilderness.
Yeah, there's no blazes. And you guys probably noticed Poop got the pack on, so.
Anticipating rain.
Good morning, folks. It's day 2, Middle Prong. It's just a 2-day hike, overnighter. Poof had her bank to open, and I had a law exam for a Virginia license to study for. But at least we got out here. The underquilt, primo. Waiting on a muffin, Phillips start. It's banana nut. And last night, Poof was in a sub 5-ounce Neutron Momentum 50 hammock. And I'll show that to you guys in a little bit when we get a little bit more light. I declare it done. But like a gymnast, the dismount, that's one of the challenges. Looks like we got a good dismount. One banana nut muffin on one Esbit. So, hey, how'd it do?
Wonderful. It's delicious. Right? Nice hot breakfast in Middle Prong. I love it.
Pooh's still using the gray lock. Must be one of her favorite underquilts. And right behind that gray lock is that Neutron 6 and Momentum with that incredible weight. Yeah, you can see through it, and it stretches some, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, quite a bit.
The question is, how many times can it stretch? Mm-hmm. How many times can you use it?
Yeah, you can see through it.
Here's Pooh's view from her hammock. So, where could you put a tent up here? People wonder the lure of hammocking, but yeah, almost in any place. Poof had the higher ground. I'm down here in the low ground. I'll show you my setup here in a second. I've definitely slept in worse places. Also want to give a big hello and thank you to Paula Missy at Underground Quilts. I am beta testing one of their synthetic top quilts, but this is one of their waterproof down top quilts. I wanted to get it out and enjoy it for once. It is luxury at its finest. Inside the sock, if there were to be any condensation, the down's waterproof, so no big deal. Luckily I haven't gotten any condensation. Nothing like a 700 footer to get your heart pumping, breaking camp. Want to give a shout out to Medicine Man 03, my namesake. Enjoy the last vid, keep them coming. For anyone who's thinking about Middle Prong, I was surprised to find out that this is the Buckeye Gap Trail. It is much better than Mtns To Sea Trail. With the exception, this last 700 foot climb, we've been going through the giganticest, most largest stinging nettle field I've ever waded through. I've got the knees to prove it. We'll do pictures next. Hope you enjoyed the Middle Prong with us. Anyway, I want to give a special thank you to Fire My Bones for taking on that project. Job well done, young man. And I would bet you'll be getting PMs from people looking to remove just one more fiddle factor from their kit. Thank you, Fire My Bones.